Don't! I'm looking for my friend!
No!
Please.
No!
Don't you remember her?
Why did it have to be you?
Please don't eat her!
Help it! Forgive
She's
me.
the love of your life! We have all been wondering about how Orange turned from a human to a monster. But GameToons has made the origin story for us, so let's watch it together. But first of all, like the video and subscribe. Who's chasing that little girl? Oh, it's Orange!
That belly you're hearing? That means it's supper time. And boy, am
No.
I hungry. The name's Orange. Or at least, that's what they call me
Why
now.
is Orange
My
always
real name is
hungry?
long forgotten. Just like everything else about who I was before. I'm a whole nother animal now. Except for one thing. My hunger remains.
Want
It
to
all
know your
started not
story,
too long
please?
ago. Back then, I was big, powerful, but scared out of my wits.
Big and
I was
powerful?
deceived by a lie, a promise of the greatest meal of all time. And now I
meal of
found
all
myself
time?
running for my life.
I think that origin story is so interesting.
I flew past the corner and
Who
found
was
the box
chasing
and
him?
hid it.
And he's hiding in a cardboard box.
Where are you? Don't you want to be our friend?
No, I don't
I
think
had
so.
evaded blue. I thought I was in the clear. But green followed closely behind. You see, green was
Green.
blind.
Yeah.
But the second he got his fingers on you, you were done for. And unfortunately for me, he was right on my path.
You shouldn't do any sounds beside Green because he's gonna hear you.
I moved the box slowly, careful not to make a sound. But I couldn't see a thing.
Yeah.
And I messed up.
Whoa. He made a sound, and here comes Green.
Green grabbed me and brought me back to the lab. Green was a dutiful servant.
Yeah.
To him, the man in charge. He
So he
smiled,
got Orange and gave it to the red scientist.
and I could tell then and there that he was pure evil. They
Yeah, we
tossed
all
me in
can
a
tell
machine,
that.
And as the motors whirred and the sparks flew, my body was full and stretched in every which way. The last thing I remember was a very bright light.
And he
My
turned
ears
to
were ringing
orange.
as my life flashed before my eyes. I thought back to my life on the farm.
Kids!
Okay, so now the origin story
Dinner's
starts.
ready!
It was a simple life, but there were a lot of mouths to feed besides my own. But we made do, as best as we could. Thing is, when everyone else had cleared their plates, I was left unsatisfied.
So Orange had something weird in him. After eating all his food, he was still
I
hungry.
was still hungry.
Okay.
Mom was worried about me, but they didn't have the means to indulge my desires.
Yeah.
She reminded me that they had animals to feed too.
They don't have enough money to feed that dude so much food.
And this gave me an idea.
Is he gonna
It
eat
wasn't
the pig's
dignified,
food?
I'll give you that.
What?
But I couldn't stop. My dad had caught me, and boy, did he let me have it. So I decided then and there, if I can't eat their food, I could always just eat them.
He's gonna eat all of the animals in the farm.
It seemed as though I had gone
4
too
pigs
far.
and 4
I didn't
chickens.
understand. I was being self-sufficient. Did they just expect me to
That's
sit
so
by a
wrong.
dog bowl and wait for my food to be delivered on some sort of set schedule?
He just wanna eat
Never.
food all the
My
time.
habit had gotten so bad in their eyes that they decided to send me off to boarding school. The first day started off very scary for me. I was worried about being the odd one out. But then I realized I was huge, big, and powerful.
Yeah,
This filled me
he's
with
so
a sense
huge.
of pride. At the cafeteria, the lunch lady gave me a meager
Oh,
soup,
that was
and
fast.
I devoured it all in one big old bite.
Yeah.
The others thought this was awesome.
Oh,
That
so
I was awesome. Those guys offered up their own lunches just to watch the spectacle, and I
they gave him all of their food,
happily obliged.
and he's gonna eat
Downing
all of the
tray after
school's
tray.
food
There was
now.
no rule against sharing, you see. It went against the values of the school.
Are they gonna make fun of him after he finishes or something?
but I don't think the teachers liked this little loophole. But whether
Okay.
they were happy, I couldn't care less, because this was the happiest I had ever
Just care
been.
about eating.
Until I found out the truth.
What was the truth?
I thought they liked me for who I was.
I told you all they're gonna make fun of
Turns
him.
out, I was just a sideshow. A
Nothing
freak.
is for free.
They threw out names like Hungry Hungry Hippo and the Trash Compactor.
No.
I had considered my gift to be something special about me, but turns out everyone else thought it was just plain weird. Except,
Why is this little girl not laughing at him?
perhaps, for one girl.
Does she love
She
him?
was really nice. In fact, she even offered to help me change my ways. She showed me all sorts of stuff. Salads, jogging,
Salads and
diet
jogging.
shakes, yoga,
And even
herbal tea,
swimming?
Swimming. I hated
Will that change him and make him stop eating food?
them all. It was the absolute worst and went against my entire nature. She tried, but I knew deep down that it wasn't me. I made up my mind. If I couldn't become thin like everyone seemed to want me to,
I think this dude should have made a YouTube channel and started to make mukbang videos.
then I would get even bigger to spite them all. I went on a quest that day to become the world's largest man.
World's
My
largest
family held a
man.
hot dog eating contest at the farm. I sweat so hard that they had to travel 15 miles just to pick up more dogs.
They went 50 miles to get more hot dogs?
And it didn't stop there.
Wow, this
News of my
dude is so
decisive
strong.
victory spread throughout the
Meet the
paper.
news
People
eating
wanted to watch
sensation.
me perfect my craft. I went from show to show, and I creamed them all. Anyways, throughout it all, the same girl tagged along. She, despite her best efforts to change me, really cared about me.
I can tell that this girl loves it so much.
Deep down, it felt so good to be loved by someone for who I was.
Yeah.
As I won more and more competitions, I became something of a celebrity. I was on the top of the world, and at last I had done it. I was
Okay.
officially the world's largest man, and
Whoa.
I felt good.
Got lots
One
of
day,
prizes.
I got a phone call from the family that sent me away all those years ago.
Okay.
Hello, honey.
His mom is
Your
calling
father
him
and I saw you
now.
on the television again. You looked happy. But, son, you're not healthy.
That's right.
Please, come home. We can help you work through your issues. We love you.
No one is gonna love you same as your mom.
I couldn't believe
just
what I was
scared
hearing.
about him.
I thought they might have called to beg me for money, sure.
Don't
but
be
this-
stupid.
What
Please
issues?
go
I
back.
was fine. I was famous and big. My friends saw me go off on my mother in a fit of rage.
No.
I really let her have it. This was the final straw.
You lost
she told me that she
everything.
didn't like what I was turning into, that the fame had gotten to my head, that I was becoming a monster.
No!
I showed her the door, and as she cried her tearful goodbye,
At this point, I think you lost everything.
I was already on the phone again, ordering myself a pizza. Until I caught a look at myself. In the mirror, I had become unrecognizable, even to
Yeah,
myself.
that's right.
And of course, my only solace was found in more food. More and more, I spiraled out of control. I could only think of her, even as I
went to
shoved
more
more
food
and more food
competitions.
into my mouth.
But
I
you
saw
couldn't
her in my
forget this
spaghetti.
little girl.
I saw her in my fries. I saw her in my plate, right next to the mashed
loves her
potatoes
too.
and gravy. I even saw her in my low-cal diet soda. This continued on and on
He's
until I
alone
could
by
no
himself.
longer enjoy my meals. I was at rock bottom. This all changed when I got one more phone call.
I think that phone call is from the Rainbow Friends Play. See you.
Hello. Is this the world's largest man?
Yes,
Not
yes,
anymore.
he is.
I'm retired. I can't eat like I used to.
Nonsense. You just haven't found the right meal yet. Not to worry.
Congo,
I have
please.
one to
It's
die
a trap.
The man on the phone's offer intrigued me, and like the fool I was, I arranged a meeting. I was met with the most lavish meal
Look at him.
I'd ever
He's
laid
so
eyes
happy in front of all of this food.
and it was all you could eat.
Doesn't know
Thoughts
what's
of my
waiting
lost
for him.
love faded away as I rekindled my joy of eating. I was in heaven. Something seemed off, though.
Here comes the
two waiters were wearing
monsters.
sheets over their heads, and one of them kept
That's
bumping
blue
into
for
the
sure.
table.
Because he
I
got
thought
the
it
crown
must
on
have
his
just
head.
been some weird uniform, and maybe it was the clumsy one's first day, until it came time for dessert.
I hope you're ready, friend, because now it's
Okay.
time for your final treat. Or should I say,
The
trick.
moment where you gotta transform to a monster.
The waiters came to the side of the man and took off their coverings.
It's
Before
glowing
me stood
green.
two of the scariest things
And
I'd
they
ever
got
laid
him.
eyes on. Sure, in another context, they might not have
Oh,
been all
no.
that bad. But here, they looked like they were going to eat me.
What?
They just
What's
wanna
happening?
transform you to
Stay
a
away.
monster like that.
I ran, and in that moment, I wished I had followed my friend's advice all those years ago.
But it's too
I
late.
was found by green, put into the man's machine, and turned into orange, the newest rainbow friend. During the transformation, my body rejected the years of mass that I had built up and expunged it, even as my form became narrow and
How
skinny.
did he just turn to a skinny monster? I expected it to be a huge one.
I was small now, the smallest of the rainbow friends. My
Okay.
pride would have been hurt, but all I knew in that moment was that I was hungry, hungrier than I had ever been. After that, they arranged feeding times.
Yeah.
And if one were to ever be missed, an alarm would sound, and I would come running for a proper meal.
So Orange also ate other people's meals here.
Unfortunately, most people were timely with their
He was still
supper
hungry as he
deliveries.
was when
Which
he was
brings
a
us
human.
to today. One woman has finally forgotten to feed me,
That woman is the girl that loved him?
and now I'm nearly upon my first prey.
No. It's
I
not the
got you
prey.
now.
It's the only girl that loved you.
Don't! I'm looking for my friend!
No!
No, no.
Don't
not
you remember her?
Why did it have to be you?
Please don't
I
eat
can't
her.
help it. Forgive
She's
me.
the love of your life.